Thank you for joining. Welcome to my channel, Kingdom Relationship Network. If you have not yet subscribed, go ahead and hit the red subscribe button and also hit the bell thing. That way you're gonna be notified of every new video that I upload. Okay? So I have a passion for women and who are trying to make the right choices in marriage, because the second most important choice that you make in marriage is, making your life, is choosing your life partner. A lot of people go wrong on that. And I'm also very passionate about women who feel that they are entrapped in the wrong marriages. And I have tools, I have strategies to help you to bring that love back in your marriage, to bring that marital bliss back to life. So if you need a coach, contact me and we can schedule a discovery call and we can know where you are, and we can see how best we can help you. Okay, I'm on Instagram, Kingdom Relationship Network, Facebook, Kingdom Relationship Network. My name is Albertina Nayanti. I also have a private Facebook page. All right, so today's topic is the purpose of woman in a marriage. A lot of people, both males and females, they don't really understand the purpose they play in a marriage. When God created, the world, he said he made male and female, and he commanded them, both of them, to dominate the earth, to subdue the earth, to take charge of the earth, to replenish. So they were created equal, but they have different roles. They are all leaders, but they have different roles they play. So a male is not supposed to be superior over the female, But then when the fall came, and then he also specified that, when he made Adam, and Adam was going about doing things by himself, he said no, he needs a helpmate. So he said, let's make the helpmate for the man to be suitable for the man, and he created a woman. All right, but then when the fall came, when Eve and when they disobeyed God and God cursed them, he said to the woman, the desire will always be for your husband, and you will have pain in giving childbirth. And then he told the man that he would, suffer to get anything on the ground. So this is the thing. When the fall came, they were cursed and said, because he know that the woman's desire will always be for her husband, and then the man will always rule over his wife. So because of that, and it's true, most women will always want to be in control. Women always want to, they might not admit, but they always want to be in control of their husbands. They always want to be in charge. And that's not the way it's supposed to be. Christ is the head of the man, and the man is the head of the woman. All right. So Jesus came and redeemed us from that curse. He redeemed us from that. So now we are back to our original intent, because it was God's will for women and men to work equally to bring his purpose to fruition, for them to fulfill purpose, for the woman to help the man in the vision. So the goal of a woman and the purpose of a woman in a marriage is to help the man's vision to come to pass. Okay? If a man have a vision, the purpose of his wife there is to help him to develop that thing, to help him to make it grow, because women, we are very powerful, we are very smart. A woman needs, we are very innovative, we bring things to life. It's like when a man is living in the house and he's there all by himself. He has no colors, he have no pictures on the wall. But you wait until a female get in there, because we are equipped. Whatever you give us will multiply, So the woman will come in there and beautify the place and put colors and all that stuff. So women are like the Holy Spirit in the life of a man. But most men, they abuse women because they don't know the purpose of a woman in the life. If you don't know the purpose of a thing, you abuse it. You abuse it. A lot of men want to lord over their wife. It was then when God cursed, when God cursed us, that when those things used to happen. But now Jesus came to redeem us. So we are back to the original plan, God purpose. God is a God of purpose. Everything He created for a specific purpose. Okay? He created female for a specific purpose. He created male for a specific purpose. So if you don't understand those things, there will always be confusion. So the men are not superior over the wife. You cannot lord over your wife. Okay, your duty is to bring your vision and your plans to your wife, and you guys, brainstorm, and she will make you the kind of person that you're supposed to be. All right. So, like I said, God is a God of purpose, and the first purpose He gave to the woman is to be a companion to her husband. So the woman is a companion to her husband. She and her husband, they are one. They work together. They are a team. They are partnership. They do everything together. That's why He said a man will leave his family, his mother and his father, and be one with his wife. He will cleave to his wife. That means they will glue together. I always say this. A man, when a man is married, he's no more, they are separate family now. His mother do not have say in the marriage, and the woman's mother do not have say, the parents do not have say in the marriage, unless they go for, advice to them. But the parents do not have the final say in the marriage, because that family now is a separate family. They make their own decision. They run their own show. A lot of parents don't understand that. They want to, they want to dominate their children's life. They want to tell them what to do. And that is not scriptural. It's out of place. It's out of order, So, like I said, a man and his woman together, and she's his companion, and they work together to bring God's purpose together. Let's say your husband is a pastor, and you're not a pastor. You guys have a church, and you're passionate about women. The women, you're passionate about children. So you can bring the women and the children ministry to life, into that thing. You can work with the kids. God will give you, you have your own gift and ideas that you can apply to make the children ministry in the church a great ministry. It's all under the vision of your husband. I'm not saying that women cannot have their own vision or purpose, but if you're married and you are married to a man that has a vision, it's your responsibility as a woman to bring that vision to make it big, to make it greater, because that's what God put you in the life of a man. If you have things that you're passionate about, your man can also help you. You guys can join together and join everything together as one vision, and it's going to be all to the glory of God. All right. So this is how we're supposed to understand this thing. Of some men, I always talk about African men. Don't get me wrong. I mean, a lot of some other men too, but our African men, because I'm from Africa, and my focus is on Africa, because a lot of African men abuse their wives. You understand? They abuse their wife. They don't know the importance of they don't know the purpose of a woman in the home. Some people believe, religious people, they believe that the woman place is in the kitchen. It's okay to cook for your husband, but your place is not in the kitchen. Women, we are relational people. We are loving people. Yeah, we care for the home. We care for the kids. But we still have some other work to do. God is not going to reward you for cooking. Okay? God is not going to reward you for being in the kitchen all day cooking. There are so many things that God created you to do. There are things that God created you to do out there, and you have to discover those things. If you don't know, then you have to go to God and say, God, why did you create me? Why am I here? Show me those things, and God is going to show it to you. So, like I said, a woman, your duty, your purpose in a man's life is your first purpose is to be his companion and to help him to fulfill his purpose. But the main purpose of a woman in the man's life is to help him to fulfill God's plan for his life. It's your duty. If a man don't have a vision, he don't have a purpose, he don't know where he's going, you cannot leave him. It frustrates you, yes, because God created you to be in his life, to help him with his vision, and to help him with his plans and everything that he's going to be doing. But if you don't have anything, it frustrates you. It makes you malfunction, because it's like you're not doing the thing that you want to do. Okay? So, but it's your duty now to pray for him, to pray for him spiritually and help him. Like I said, one of my mentors, her husband was working with this architectural company, and he was fulfilling other people's dreams. He was fulfilling other people's dreams. So she said, you do this thing very well. You know, you do this thing very well. Why can't you start your own company? You know, why can't you start your own company and do this thing by yourself? So what he did was, you know, he put in his notice to his job, and he came home, he did his 9 to 5, but he came home and worked on his own vision. And he said to build his business. Few years went by, he had his own architectural business and he became an employer. Okay? He has one of the biggest architectural companies in Florida. Because his wife saw through the lens what he did. That's the purpose of a woman in the man's life, to help him to help him to, you know, to bring those things to light that he do not see. Okay? So with a lot of women, they make that mistake. They don't even know why they married. They don't know the purpose. They don't know the purpose. You know, the husband, they are stay-at-home mom, and the husband go to work. All they do is sit on the couch and watch TV, you know, watch all the housewives movies and all that stuff, and they're not helping the man. It frustrates him. It frustrates him because you cannot help him with anything. He has to go to work and you know, make the money, and then you just sit there and you sit there and not adding up anything to your well-being, to the family. All the pressure is on him. That's not right. You know, that's not right. You have to be able to help your husband. You have to be innovative. You have to be thinking ahead of out of the box. Say, honey, oh, I know another guy that he was preaching all his beautiful message. His wife was the one that said, why can't you package these messages into a book? Why can't you make a book in all of these messages that you are preaching? And that's how he started to read books. And he became bestsellers. Okay, so women see those things. Men would make the money and they would just buy clothes and buy things, and they don't even do anything with it. A lot of people in Africa, like, you know, back in, they would sit there, the men would make all the money. They wouldn't even build one property. They would not even think about that. They'll be renting and renting and renting. And then, you know, they'll be like, oh, the man won't do this. And then after the man leave the government job, they end up renting a little apartment and they left with nothing. They didn't put anything aside for the kids. Because the woman, she's so dependent on the man should do everything. There's a purpose for the man in the family. He's the head, he brings the decisions, and you guys get together, you bring your own ideas. But a lot of men do, they suppress the women. They suppress the women. They don't want the woman to have any saying. Oh, I'm the boss in this house. I wear the pants in this house. That's wrong. Your woman has a specific purpose too. She has saying. God gave her ideas. God gave her brains. So you need to listen to her. You cannot lord over your wife. God did not design a woman for men to lord over her. You are her husband. You guys are partners. And you guys should work together to bring God's purpose to fulfillment. All right? So I just came today to speak to women and men, especially men, that you should know the importance of a woman in your life. Because the woman plays a very important role in your life. Don't sound like her. Don't just keep her there as an object, you know. You want to have sex, you can have sex with her. You want to eat, and she's there to bring you food. You know, you treat her all kinds of way, and God is not pleased with that. It's in 1 Peter. You treat your wife bad, you don't treat her good, you will hinder your prayers and your relationship with God. A lot of men that treat their family bad, God close every door to them. There are some men where God will bless them with a lot of resources, and they will take the resources and take it out to different people, either their family members or girlfriends and all that stuff, and they forget about their family. And God will take everything away from you because He gave it to you because of your family. He did not give it to you for you to lavish those things. So since you are not using them for your family, He's going to take everything away from you. All right? So this is it. We got to get all this information. People get into marriage. They don't know why they get into marriage. They don't know why the man is in the marriage. They don't know why the woman is in the marriage. They just want to be married. They just want to be married. And they try to abuse the role of the woman. And they try to abuse the role of the man. You cannot do everything as a man. You need your woman output. She's not just there to be having babies for you and cooking and cleaning for you. She's not your maid. She is not your maid. She's your helpmate. She is a helpmate. God, he said, let's make female, a helper suitable for the male. He made woman for that. In the way you love your wife and cherish your wife is how your blessing is going to come. You cannot abuse your wife and think that God is going to bless you and keep her out of the loop. You're doing everything all by yourself. You just make your decisions and you don't incorporate your wife input. You don't allow her to come and say something, and you are heading for disaster. That's why I made a post the other day. I said if a smart man will help to cultivate his wife. If you are smart, you will send your wife to school. Because your wife women are very smart. Once a woman is in the organization always going right, because so you have to understand all these things, okay? You have to understand all these things. You have to understand all the information that you need for your marriage. Don't just rush because you think you're getting old and societal pressure and you want to have babies, and all that stuff. No. And men, you don't, because if you don't know the purpose of a woman or a man, you're going to abuse it. She's not there just to have babies and be cooking and cleaning and, whenever you want to have sex and she's there, she's like an object. That's not the role of those. Are all byproducts. But the main thing of the woman, he said, I'm going to make a helper suitable for you. You have to consult her. Don't just make decisions outside of her and not getting her input. That's wrong. If you don't do things together, your home will become dysfunctional. You're not going to get the full blessing that God has for you. So it's very important to know, to know the role of a female and a male in the marriage, the purpose of a woman and a man in the marriage. I'm gonna come back again, to give you more information on the purpose of a woman in the marriage. It's a very broad, it's a very deep topic. It's very, very deep. So like I said, if you're out there and you're mistreating your wife, it's in 1 Peter. If you don't treat your wife right, you're going to be hindering your prayer and your relationship with God. Unless you can come to God and ask for forgiveness or start to treat your wife better than the way you are treating her. Women were designed to be loved. You cannot hate your wife, treat her all sorts of ways and think that God is going to open doors for you. A lot of men, God gave them the resources and destroy them, take it outside to different people. And God will close every door because you don't deserve it. You don't deserve it. So we need to get this information. We need to stop abusing each other. The role, we have to respect each other's role in the marriages. All right? Women, we have to open our eyes. Don't just sit there and don't do anything. Oh, my husband. Your husband go to work, you cook, you clean, you sit down. Is that what you're going to tell God when you see him tomorrow? He's going to ask you, what are all the gifts and the talents that I gave you to go use in the world? What are you going to tell him? I was cooking in the kitchen. He's not going to reward you for cooking in the kitchen. It's okay to take care of your family, yes, but you cannot limit yourself to that. You have more to do in the world. If your husband does not know his purpose, you need to help him pray. You can figure things out for him. You can see, you can know as a woman. You know what your husband like, you know what his purpose is, and then talk to him, help him. A woman will enable you to establish, a woman will enable the man to accomplish his purpose and his vision. That's what you are placed in a marriage for, not to just sit there and just sit there. I'm not saying that if you don't marry, you cannot fulfill your purpose. If you marry, you can. If you don't marry, you also have an assignment. You can fulfill that. You can go to God. He can show you are passionate about things. You have talents. You have gifts. But if you are married, it's your duty to help your husband. Let's say your husband lost his job. You are encourager. Encourage him. Say, honey, it's not the end of your life. If we have to lose this house, we're going to lose it. I prefer living with you in a one-bedroom apartment. I enjoy living with you like that. Encourage you, don't just beat him down. Oh, I know you're so lazy, you're going to lose that job, because you're providing now, so you want to be boss over him. You will always be the wife. You always have to submit to him because he's the head of the home. But when I'm saying this, the head, because Jesus said, those who want to be the head will be the leader. You will always be a servant. So being the head does not mean that you should lord over your wife. So I hope you get that straight. Being the head does not mean that you make all the decisions in the house and she just say that and say, yes, sir. Being the head is, he said, those who want to be first will be last. You should be able to wash the feet of the disciples, just how he did. He was the head, but he washed the feet. So you being the head, you be the servant of your family. You bring them to that place that they're supposed to be. You serve them. Okay? You can cook. Men, a lot of men know how to cook. My husband know how to cook. We cook. All our 4 boys, they know how to cook. They fix their own breakfast. Your wife don't have to be in the kitchen 24/7. That's not the only time you're going to know that she's your wife. Some men, they don't want to eat for anybody else unless their wife cook. Okay, why? She's not your maid. So we have to get all these things. We are in the 21st century. God did not put any man to enslave their wife. Religious people are the ones that are doing that. It's culture and traditions. It's not in the Bible. God did not create a woman to be slave or inferior to her husband. They were created equal but different roles. He commanded both of them to subdue and dominate the earth. That's why he told the male and the female. He did not say you dominate over her. He did not create any human being to dominate over the other person. So you have to respect your wife and respect the role of the woman in the family. She plays a very important role in raising the children. The man play a very important role in raising the children, because that's why if one parent is out of the home becomes dysfunctional, because there are certain things the woman can bring in the family, and there are certain things the man can also bring in the family to make those children to be kingdom citizens and agents of change. So unless we understand those things, there will always be chaos. So, if you need to dive more, you want to know more about the role and the role and the purpose and the male in a marriage, you can always contact me. Leave me a message. I have my website, Kingdom Relationship Network, and you can get me on Facebook, Kingdom Relationship Network, Instagram, Kingdom Relationship Coaching. I'm here every Friday at 12 o'clock noon or sometimes 1 p.m., to bring some, questions, because, people ask me questions and I answer them. The purpose of today's question is, what is the purpose of a woman? All right? So thank you, guys. Leave your questions, leave your suggestions, leave comments, say something. Let me get your view, what you have to say. Share the video. If there's anybody, maybe you might not need this, but there's somebody that's going to need it. It's very important, because before you get married, you have to get all this information, because if you have all this information when you get into marriage, marriage is not always easy, but at least you're going to have some information. That way, when you bump into a certain situation, you're going to know how to handle it the right way. People get frustrated, feel that they're trapped in the wrong marriages because they don't have the information. Women think we are emotional thinkers. Men are logical thinkers. We don't think the same way. We think differently. We handle things differently. So if you don't know that, you always want a man to be like you, or you always want a woman to be like you. Women and men are two different people. We handle things differently. Women would like to talk blah 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 blah. Men, they just they say one thing and they be done. Sometimes it's hard for men to show emotions. It doesn't mean that he don't love you, but that's his way of doing things. But it's also not an excuse. They have to learn it, because a woman's greatest need is love and affection. If a woman is not loved, she feels abandoned. And man's greatest need is respect. If he's not respected, he feels that you don't care for him. So until we can balance these things, we'll always have problems in our relationship. So we have to understand these things. And how do we understand them? We understand them by getting information. How do you get information? Read books. Watch videos. There are a lot of videos, a lot of free resources out there. A lot of coaches, go to counselors, you know. Help to make your marriage enjoyable again. You are not in a wrong marriage, you are lack of information. It's information that you are lacking. You are not in the wrong marriage. And you can make the right choice. If you're a divorcee or you're a single girl who plan on getting married, you have to make the right choice to have a successful marriage. Don't be in a big rush. Nobody is running behind you. Marriage is beautiful if you make it right, if you marry right. All right? So thank you guys again for joining me today. I love you all. Like I said, leave a comment, say something, and I'll be back next week. Bye-bye.